Being a student at the University of Iowa, the topic of same-sex marriage comes up quite frequently in classroom discussions. And the question always comes down to, well, can gays even raise kids? And the question, the conversation gets quiet for a moment because most people don't really have an answer. And then I raise my hand and say, actually, I was raised by a gay couple, and I'm doing pretty well. I scored in the 99th percentile on the ACT. I'm actually an Eagle Scout. I own and operate my own small business. If I was your son, Mr. Chairman, I believe I'd make you very proud. I'm not really so different from any of your children. My family really isn't so different from yours. But in my 19 years, not once have I ever been confronted by an individual who realized independently that I was raised by a gay couple. And you know why? Because the sexual orientation of my parents has had zero effect on the content of my character. Thank you very much.
So tell them, or tell our viewers, why it's so important to have an organization like yours for the stability and for people to realize there's a place where they can go that is accepted.
Having programs for children from LGBT families is really important because kids, they want to fit in. That's a big part of identity development when they're young, is they don't want to be different. And at Mountain Meadow, they're not different on account of their families. It's a place where they can go, they can meet other kids who understand their experience and understand them. We really find that our youth form a deep connection that's deeper than they really form with other kids at school or in their neighborhoods because they understand each other. And our kids, we really find when they come to our programs, their self-esteem just skyrockets. They start to get involved in school and extracurricular activities, grades tend to go up, and they just become really confident in who they and their families are.
In June 2010, a 15-year study entitled U.S. National Longitudinal Lesbian Family Study, Psychological Adjustment of 17-year-old Adolescents, was published in the journal Pediatrics. The objective of the study was to document the psychological adjustment of adolescents who were conceived through donor insemination by lesbian mothers who enrolled before these offspring were born in the largest, longest-running prospective longitudinal study of same-sex parented families. Between 1986 and 1992, 154 prospective lesbian mothers volunteered for a study that was designed to follow planned lesbian families from the children's conception until they reached adulthood. 78 of the children completed questionnaires and were interviewed at the age of 10 and 17. The results of the study proved to be the opposite of the critics' claims. The children in the study, when compared to sample American children, reported lower levels of social problems, rule breaking, aggressive, and externalizing problem behavior, while showing higher levels of social and academic competence. The study concludes adolescents who have been reared in lesbian mother families since birth demonstrate healthy psychological adjustment. These findings have implications for the clinical care of adolescents and for pediatricians who are consulted on matters that pertain to same-sex parenting. In conclusion, there's no greater chance of psychological disorder in the children of lesbian couples than there is in the average child. In fact, statistically, you may be better off having two moms.